Hey ladies, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Um, Today I'm not going to be doing a 15-minute video, 18 minutes. I'm not, I got the backstory out. I think we're clear on everything, what we're going to be doing here. So I just wanted to come on. Well, first of all, I'm challenging myself to try to, I have to get used to this whole YouTube thing. And I'm challenging myself. I also have to get used to being more consistent. If we being honest, I have to be more consistent with things, and this is one of the things that I'm just challenging myself with. So, I am trying to post and get used to doing that much. I'm, getting in line to get the editing down and stuff like that, but work with me. I'm trying to do some things. I'm working with some things. But today, I wanted to just basically talk about in brief, but in detail, things that we can do to minimize some of the our experience in perimenopause or with these menopausal symptoms. What can we do that are very practical things, but they're helpful things. So one of the major complaints that women have, is the hot flashes. So carry one. Carry a portable fan. This one, if you put water in the bottom, you can get a nice cool shot of mist, even if it gets really serious. If it get really real, you keep one in your bag. Keep one in your bag. At night, keep your room cool. Sometimes, of course, we want to keep a blanket on because if you like me, the room will be crisp. Okay, but I'll have a blanket and then layer, because there's cooling mattress covers, cooling sheets, cooling pillows. That can help if you kind of stack all these things. If you do that, and again keep the room cool, that also helps. And a fan as well. Not that the room's not already cool, but it just helps with circulation, because sometimes if the air is just stagnant, you in trouble. Okay, so, and if you'll be looking like me in the earlier phases when I didn't know how to handle anything. I was flipping and kicking all over the bed all night long. Blanket on, blanket off, sheet on, sheet off. I mean, you're just rocking and rolling, rock and roll and roll and rock. Thanks, Bobby Brown. But you rocking and rolling all over the bed all night. So that helps to do things like that. Also, I don't know. I don't know a lot of people who have heard of, I think it's called boron. Let me see if you can see this. Hold on. Let me do the YouTube stance. Let me do this. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? That's the brand Boron. They used to sell it at Whole Foods all the time, but I think they stopped carrying it. But this sepia, that was one that I used for hot flashes. And this is natural. I'm not a chemist. I don't work in pharmaceuticals. But this is something that helped me. And there are several. What it says that it helps on the bottle is not all that it works for. You just have to do the research. There's another brand called, it starts with that O, like Oleos or something like that. But this is the more popular one that I was using. And as a side note, like this Cocculus indicus is another one. That one, it was good for emotions. So that's for that's in the depression anxiety portion of the program tonight. But yeah, so those things like that, like natural supplements, they help, because it's not like something you can only take once a day or twice a day and that's it. You can take it every few hours, and that's helpful, because if I felt one coming on, boop boop, throw them back, boop 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 boop, three to five. I think I would take 5 of them or something like that, but it did help. So those are the things that we can do. Don't be ashamed. Acceptance, I should have started with that. Acceptance really is the first part of it. Sometimes we feel so like, oh no, I don't, because if you say the word menopause or perimenopause, people associate old. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to catch the old, but it's just it's just changes. Okay, it just changes. Your body is changing. So settle down. Let's just accept, you know, then we can help ourselves once we start with acceptance. Our memory. So there's some things that you can't help. Like if you see me talking, I'm not editing out the fact that I lost track completely of where I was in conversation. That's part of the fun. Hey, that's part of the ride, okay? So but what we can do, write stuff down. Quit trying to challenge yourself to remember everything like off the top of your head, because back in the day, you know, you were like memory mode, like everybody knew you could remember everybody's everything, every date. Stop, okay? Just write it down. Get a planner. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it could be, you know. And some of us, we have kids and a mate, and they have appointments, and there's all these things, and you're showing up places when you're not supposed to be there. I work in a doctor's office. It happens all the time, and they're like, oh, I thought I had to, because I wrote, oh, I put it in my phone, but you still put it in on the wrong date. Get the backups. It's okay to write it in a little planner book, and then have a calendar, have a bigger one at home, and also put it in your phone. But nowadays, I mean, it's like our mind is like almost like a processing system. Like even with our phones, like if we don't clear some stuff out, it's not going to record. It's not going to save things. It's going to tell you out of memory. And for us, we've been living a good bit of years, and some stuff we can't even clear out of our processing system. You know, we're just making it. We just managing the moments of this is what life is. I made those decisions. You know, that part of my life was hard. And so now you're still trying to shove things in and think it's going to hold there. Just don't do that to yourself. Get a planner, get a calendar, have a calendar, write stuff in your phone. I mean, put stuff in your phone and call it, you know, let's just do it like that. A lot of us are also experiencing muscle joint issues, like it just all at one time, like just sprinkled, like somebody just sprinkled something on you, and then your whole body just, you wake up and, you know, I mentioned it before, you wake up and the hip, the back, the neck, the shoulder, you know, like you feel like the Tin Man or like a robot, like you trying to get up and you like, my back, what happened? You know, you just, you know, you like, I got a crook in my neck, you like this, the shoulder hurts, you can't lift it up over, like, you know, I can't lift that high, you know, it just is more common. But ways that you can get around that, definitely this kind of pushes into the, you know, self-care in a way. But a lot of us got away from bathing, like taking baths. Some people like, I don't. Okay, so I don't know what happened. My phone just like, I told y'all I need a new phone. So, but some of us are like, oh, I don't want to sit in my own dirt or whatever, you know. I mean, shower first and then get in the bath. But just throw some Epsom salt in there. That will help. Soaking. If you're near a beach, just salt water always helps. Pillows. If you're a side sleeper, especially, you know, those whole body pillows that you can like wrap your leg and arm and do all, like, you have to have pillows to support everything. And you cannot, I would suggest sleeping on your back as much as possible. And I know some of us are going to say, oh, well, when I try to sleep on my back, I flip around at night, I can't stay like that. But if you put the pillows around you enough, it's going to be more tedious to turn than not. Put one under your knees. I used to have a girl that I work with. I can't sleep on my back because my butt's too big, and I got it dipping. Put the pillow under your knees and lift it up Lift them up until the curve is out of your back. Okay. Um, so that, yes, pillows, 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 and you have to stretch, 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 stretch. You have to. That's going to knock a lot of the cobwebs off. So every day you should be stretch for 10 minutes. Stretch in the bed. Pull up YouTube on your phone. There's bed Pilates. There's all type of mobility things that you can do, and that's what is definitely going to make a huge difference. Now, disclaimer, when you stretch, you are going to feel like the next day it's almost like it doubles back, like, okay, I feel tighter now, than because you have to keep doing it. Your muscles are already, there's muscle memory, they're already locked in a certain mode. So you have to stretch. Also, exercise in general. And so you say, well, I'm active because of my job. I have to walk all day, and I have to walk here. Well, if your body, again, muscle memory is used to, your cardiovascular system is used to a certain level of activity and movement, let's just try to add a little bit more. If you do 7,000 steps a day, can we add another 500? Can we add another 1,000? We don't have to automatically jump to 10 because we don't want to set ourselves up for doing too much. We just want to get a little bit more. So those are things are going to help with muscle aches. Most of us sit a good portion of the day or stand a good portion of the day, and that makes a tremendous difference on our joints, the impact of our joints. Any fatigue, sleep is probably the number one thing. If sleep, and a lot of us have mates, and they throw our sleep, they snore, they're hot, they come to bed later than us, they wake us up, they bounce around. We might have to have some conversations. There may have to be some conversations to be had so they can understand the seriousness. And without getting on a soapbox, this will be for another video, there are conversations that need to be had for them to understand the seriousness. It's not just, oh, because, I just like sleep. I don't know. I just like to give you a hard time about sleeping. No, it's not that. Because if you don't sleep, you can't think properly, you don't function properly, and you're not working with the full bandwidth that you need in order to be kind and loving and productive and industrious. You don't have that when you're missing sleep. So we have to really prioritize that. We have to turn these phones off. I want to say an hour, but I feel like that's like like, what are you suggesting here? Before sleep. But your mind has to rest. If it's still popping from scrolling, or in the light, the blue light, we have to turn them off. Okay? We got to prepare the room, our minds, our bodies for sleep. Soak, bathe, tea. Right now I love Teeccino. I love that brand. Teeccino.com. Teeccino.com. That's dandelion tea. Is good to replace. They have some roasts if you're like a ritual coffee drinker. They have some teas that are like ground like that, so that you can kind of have that same feel, but no acidity, no caffeine. And dandelion is a good detoxifier too. So there's that. Get you a nighttime ritual, light a candle for a little bit, breathe. Quit saying you don't have time for it. If you get off the phone, you'll find it. I'm telling you. And then depression and anxiety. We need self-care. If you don't have somebody there to do massage, invest in yourself. Amazon has little chair massagers. You can lay it out, whole bed, the whole body. Get yourself a massager. Color. Get coloring books. Paint. Do things with yourself to pull out of all the time I'm always on I am woman, hear me roar mode, which most of us are in. Learn how to say no. Where's your boundaries? If you don't respect them, you can't convince somebody else to. And those are the main things. I'm just looking at this. Oh, for nighttime, wear a mask, keep the room cool, reconsider what you're wearing to bed. And that's my last thing I'm going to say. I'm not going to get specific, But some of y'all are doing too much, wearing too much to bed, and stuff is rolling and wrapping around your arms and legs, and it's like you you do less is more. I'm going to just say that much. And just remember, equilibrium is a journey. Good night.